Welcome back, Jammers. Today we're going to talk about how are we going to make 2021 a better year. I'm here with Mandy and Adrian. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Who's starting off? Is it you, Adrian?
Jammers. I like that.
I think it's
Jammers.
good, right?
How would we, starting in this room, how are we going to make 2021 a better year?
Starting off, I would say that, obviously it's getting any bills that we had not caught up and paid off and all that stuff, and really focus on getting into a new house.
Yes, welcome to the Slice of Life podcast. We are real people with real debt.
I agree with that. I think that would be making 2021 better. I think that I don't think the New Year, New Me thing is a bad idea. I think that people just took it and ran with it just kind of as an escape or...
Oh, well, New Year's resolutions are... so it does you no good to set a New Year's resolution and not have a plan of execution because you're not going to get it done.
No, that's not what I mean is people who have no plans and just want, it's kind of like, well, it's going to be a better year. And then, so if that's kind of, instead of saying it's going to be a better year, the New Year, New Me thing kind of replaced that. So it's not, I don't think it's a bad idea or concept, the new me, new year, whatever. As long as you take steps to do it, to actually do it.
And that's why the question is posed, how are we going to make it a better year? Like, what are we going to do in our power to actually put forth
the effort?
Because 2020 was a shit show.
For most everybody.
Well, yeah. I mean, take COVID out of it.
It was still a shit show. Fucking, we literally had race riots.
No, you're absolutely right.
Plus, COVID took up most of the year. I mean, if you think about it, just because stuff started opening up doesn't mean it went away.
Well, right, but I mean, it's not going to go away in 2021 either, and we may have even more shutdowns throughout the year of 2021. So how is paying off bills and moving into a different place?
So that's personal goals for us.
That's us.
I would say on a national scale, we just keep honing in on the fact that COVID-19 is real, it is serious, and wear your fucking mask and make sure that we are the people also doing our best to prevent the spread of disease. Like, I keep hand sanitizer in my bag now. I don't if you know me, this is not something I do. It's something I do now.
Yeah, you got to make the changes in order to have a better anything you're going to have to work towards, and that includes a whole year of things that whether you have goals lamented out or laid out, or you want to better yourself in some other way, health, fitness, whatever, right? I think what's funny is that a lot of the companies have noticed this whole New Year, New Me thing, and now they try to profit off of it.
Oh yes, the beauty
Gym
industry is good at that.
Clothes,
Absolutely.
Everything, right?
I think...
Be more fashionable this new year with these new clothes.
Oh, yeah.
I think that for me, when you brought up what are you going to do to make 2021 a better year, I immediately thought, donating time, donating food, donating clothes, donating toys, helping people that need help.
Good. Yes.
I didn't immediately think, what are we going to do personally to in our personal lives?
No, and that is awesome.
Overall.
And that's a good mentality to have, especially we are coming into a year after we just saw an economic decline because the government we have is shit.
Well,
people have lost jobs, people have lost homes, people are about to be suffering a lot and quickly.
Especially if we have another shutdown. But I mean, me me and Jason and you now, as being part of this relationship, we don't have kids of our own. So if a friend, on Facebook says, hey, I know a family who has kids, or they're not going to be able to, get Halloween costumes or Christmas presents or birthday presents, or the kid can't play ball because he doesn't have the stuff. We know the person, and we know this isn't just some kind of ploy just to get free shit.
Yeah.
We will absolutely join and say, well, let us know the information and we'll get it. And we do that throughout the year for people that we know that know someone who does.
Yes, and that's community. That's coming together. That's actually listening to what's happening around you, and it's important.
Well, right. So that's what we do as far as that. And that's just throughout the year or any year. I would like to find a way to help with homelessness. I think that, either donating time or donating things to like soup kitchens or clothes, or, even seeing someone on the street that needs, food or something like that. I think I'd like to make more of an effort to try and help, instead of thinking, oh, why don't they have a job? Well, it could be beyond, exactly. It could be beyond them to be able to get a job.
Well, and here I come with my hyper-vigilant leftist theories. If you're homeless and you are using that money for alcohol or drugs, the only person that they're hurting is themselves. And they still deserve human compassion. So...
Oh, 100%. And I think that's why we started to get into the mindset that we need to keep money, not necessarily in our pockets, but in our cars. Little dollar bills here and there in order to pass out if we have the need or want to.
Say it is a hustle. Say it's a ploy and a hustle. I mean, I'm not gonna miss $1 to $5 even through a hustle when corporate America fucks me every day. So
I think the way I think is, and why I'm picky or skeptical, that is money that I could have given to someone who actually could use it, instead of someone who just wants to stand there getting money because they don't want to get a job.
That's fair,
because I've seen where people are standing on the street asking for money and handouts, and when they get done, they walk over to their, their car.
Yeah, that's
and
kind
it's
of
not a beat up car, or they have brand new shoes on that are like Nike or whatever. Because I've seen people in a state that I won't say what state, but they, because you have to get a permit to do it in a state, and they were panhandling, trying to get money, and they're standing there in Air Jordans.
But think of it this way, that kind of is their job. And if we have an open free market job economy, then they make more because they put in more time, which is fucked up, but true.
Yeah, but absolutely. But it's also, at that point, I went out and worked my ass off for my money, so I'm not going to give it to someone who's standing in Air Jordans when I can go down the street and give it to someone who, absolutely, you can tell.
Yeah.
Sure, but I guess you can say they're working their ass off too.
No.
They may be standing there, but they're there. They're there if it's raining. They're there if it's whatever.
I don't see it. I still don't see it.
I mean, it doesn't bother me because
my opinion, my personal feelings on it, and everyone has their personal feelings on it. I mean, I think that, and anyone can dress down, to look whatever, but
Sure.
But that's just what I think.
All right, if you don't need to be begging, you probably shouldn't. I mean, especially when there are people out there that don't want to be begging and have to. But when it comes down to it, if you are begging for like your entire living, I mean, just what are you doing? are you happy living that way? Like, I guess I can't judge you for living that way, but like, do something more productive with your time and maybe you'll feel better, I guess. Like,
Yeah, I'm not sure. That's a
like, why would you want to do that for a living? I mean, you know, I don't know. I also really have, I'm a very bad liar. Like, there's too much time and effort and energy that comes into lying for me to do it. So I guess that could be where I don't see it.
I always forget it, so.
I don't know. I don't know. I think there's too much money. There's too much, a lot of things in this country that we shouldn't have to deal with, things like homelessness, people starving, all that kind of stuff, you know.
I think all basic necessities should be met, regardless of who the person is or what they're doing. If they decide that they don't want to do anything for the rest of their life, I think that they do deserve basic food and shelter and water.
I agree. I do. I don't think anyone should have to wonder where they're going to get their next meal from or where they're going to, sleep in the snowstorm.
Yeah, because food, shelter, and water, I mean, those aren't luxury items. Now,
Yeah.
if you need, like, top of the line, this and that, of course, you need to work for it. That's just an apparent fact, but...
No, I agree. There needs to be...
We give prisoners basic necessities, so, I mean,
Right.
come on.
Yeah.
Right, so they can get out there and break rocks and make license plates for the states.
Not all prisoners do that.
Just enough of them for it to be not okay.
I don't know. I mean, there's lots of things besides that. We try to help other people, help ourselves, build better mental health, better health, living conditions, jobs, continue to do hobbies and explore those things. I think there's lots of opportunity, not just because it's a new year, but there's lots of opportunity out there for everything. I mean, we just gotta focus in and do it.
I think the want's got to be there. I think people look for easy fixes, and you can't do that. There's not easy fixes. If you're not willing to put in the time and effort, then you're not going to be able to help yourself to help anybody else.
It's a quick dollar. It's a shortcut. Somebody's looking for some kind of way to get money quickly, and I guess that's where a lot of the pyramid schemes come in, because they're promised this quick dollar. That's never really
I'm
gonna
sorry.
come there.
If you have to pay for something to be a part of something that may make you money later, you're in a pyramid scheme and you're getting fucked. I mean...
Pretty much.
And what's bad is they're going after people who can't afford it to begin with.
They
Right.
almost always do it to single or stay-at-home moms.
Yes.
Absolutely. What else are we going to do to make 2021 a better year?
I get to be on meds sometime in January when my health insurance comes through.
Right.
So,
Happy day.
I am of the opinion that if you yourself are not capable and healthy, you cannot do that for anyone or anything else around you.
Agree.
Right on.
That's not to discredit people who need things to take care of to feel better to continue. That is just... The taking care is your part of feeling better. My ADHDs are the way that I make dopamines is with the meds, so...
I need to figure out if I'm going to do my doctorate degree next year or not. I guess that's a big catching point.
When you get your doctorate degree, what are you going to do with it? How are you going to make the world a better place?
Teach. I don't know. Teach is just not in college. It's in business and everything else too. Maybe be a consultant. I don't know. Maybe try to open up a bakery or something. I have to see.
How fucking dare you?
I think just being, and this is a good tool, just being a spokesperson for LGBTQ youth, or just LGBTQ in general. I think that, at the very least, if someone tunes in and they're like, okay, I'm not alone.
Yeah.
I think that's, even if it's just one person and it helps that person, then I think we're already changing.
That's awesome. I mean, there's also going to be a lot of people that, why'd the word slip me? Representation is important too.
Yes. It could, because that is so, there's so much stigma that goes in with that.
There
that
is.
It's not.
And media keeps trying to cover it, but they're not doing a good job.
No, they're really not.
No, and then we have that voice with this podcast, and I think we need to keep on talking.
I have my my personal podcasting log called Hello to the Void. And I did a self-help episode, which was I had literally had to title it Mostly White Guys Edition. Because I look at the media that I intake and almost all of my idols as a trans man of color are cis white dudes. And that's a little bit of a problem, personally, because that means that people like me aren't being represented by the media. And it's just not okay.
Well,
it's scary.
Is it because they themselves are afraid to come out in the media?
Oh,
or
that's
to
likely.
Have their voice, so they can't. So there's just more.
So one of my favorite queer idols, Eugene Liang from the Try Guys, it took him years of being in the entertainment industry before he actually came out. There was a lot of speculation, of course, but for him to actually finally say it, he was there for years before it was something that he would announce, acknowledge, and embrace. So, and that's important for queer youth.
It is, but it's also sad because you have that fear, if I come out as who I am, I'm going to be shunned and I'm not going to have a shot. So I have to pretend to be something and someone I'm not, just to have a, shot at something that's ran by cis white dudes.
It's unfortunately true.
Most definitely.
What?
I don't really have anything else, honestly. How much longer do we have?
We just passed 18 minutes.
Hot damn, alright.
I mean, it can be short.
Yeah.
We just need to put more research into stuff.
I mean, we're going to do our best that we can with charities, doing our own personal work.
Yeah. I would like to get to a point where I can make a substantial donation and then challenge people better off than I am to meet that.
Heck yeah.
To be able to raise money for children's hospitals or LGBTQ or just any kind of...
The internet is dumb, and we can use that to our advantage, because the moment that you tack the word challenge onto anything, everyone's ego is like, oh yeah, bet.
Yeah.
People
really
shoved
is.
mounds of cinnamon in their mouth.
No, you're absolutely right.
Fucking dumb.
The problem is that's youth, and they have no money, usually.
Yeah. Have you been on TikTok?
I try to stay away from that.
I don't even have TikTok.
I try to stay, no.
But so many people send me TikTok shit. I'm like, that's a grown-ass adult doing something stupid. All right.
I think TikTok is ruled by 30 to 40-year-olds.
Well, that'd explain it, because we're 30 to 40-year-olds, and look at us.
What does that mean?
Don't even.
I didn't thought you were supposed to not
Grown
put out
ass
the age
adults.
in there.
It'll be fine.
We'll edit it out. I don't know. Are we even doing that
we
poll
won't need to edit it
anymore?
out. No, I mean, shh. We can have them guess regardless. We can see who's really been paying attention.
I said 30 to 40. Anyways, they would have guessed that anyways, I think. I don't think we sound... Do we sound like we're in our fucking 60s? Are you...
Do we sound young? I mean, I know I sound young. Hello,
sound
everyone.
young?
This triad doesn't have children because I am the baby.
And don't you damn forget it.
I forgot what I was going to say.
Balls.
But no, I think that even if it's just something simple as, you know, vowing to give $1 when you see a homeless person, or you know, donating time to, or, you know, essentials to places like food kitchens,
I mean,
or you know, clothing to places, you know, stuff like that. You may think, well, I'm just one person, it's just $1, but if 100 people do that, that's $100. Like,
Yeah.
you gotta think of it in that way.
And even if you are broker than a dog, if you have any spare time, I mean, time and labor are absolutely necessary. You can have all the money in the world, but you can't make that into work for these places.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, if it's one person with $1 billion,
But-
can't do. The person's not going to be able to do everything for these
Like,
people.
I have
just
$1 billion.
'cause of money.
I want to start a soup shelter, but it's only me and just me. I'm not gonna be able to
Yeah.
do
and
that.
I'm only gonna
'cause-
be able to put it in one place, so it's only gonna reach so many people. So.
Yeah. Because you have to cook, you have to host, you have to have all the dishes and everything to serve in. Like, there's a lot you can do to be a part of your community. There's more than you would even fathom. You just have to
I mean,
reach
be
out.
a big brother or big sister,
Oh, that's true.
or
I mean,
you know, tutor kids who need the extra help. I mean, there are things. I mean, the biggest thing is, you know, if you don't want to, so you don't want to donate $1 to a homeless person because you don't know what they're going to use it on or spend it on. I mean, okay, so go to a shelter, a pet shelter, and volunteer your time there, or you know, donate. They're not even asking for cash a lot of times. They're just asking for dog food, cat food, treats, you know, bowls for stuff like that. You can I mean, there's a lot of different things that you can do that are like that. And I think that even if it's just one day out of the year, that's one day that you're giving relief to a shelter or somebody or a parent, or, you know, who knows, being a big brother or big sister, what you teach that kid in that limited amount of time will set with them for the rest of their lives.
well, sure. I mean, that's not just big brother, big sister and deal with kids, but you deal with teenagers and adults even. Just knowing that someone's out there that cares and was willing to spend their time with you will help them.
Right, and it also shows them that, okay, they took time out of their schedule and, you know, away from their family or what they could be doing, and did it to help me. Then, you know, I could do that with my time. I can donate my time, and I should. And so, I mean, it's that whole paying it forward thing.
Oh, absolutely. I think that just showing that compassion, that empathy, really goes a long way. Almost more even than money.
I mean, as someone with clinical depression, I can only imagine how being in these situations, and yeah, you're on survival mode day to day, but that's not fun. That's not great. I mean, you can keep homeless people alive, but they're also missing a very vital part of being human, and that is connection.
Right. Well, I've seen a lot of videos on Facebook and stuff, and YouTube and stuff, that when someone stops and sits with a homeless person, and like they take them to eat, or, you know, sit and eat with them, bring them lunch or something, when asked what they can do to help, a lot of them say, just talk. I get passed by thousands of people every day, and half of them don't even look up.
Yeah.
Just, hey, how are you? You know, something like that, to be acknowledged.
Right.
I have a bad time about that, but it's mostly because I want to be able to help but can't. So I'm like, don't make eye contact because I don't want to be a shitty person, but in doing that, I'm being a shitty person.
Yeah.
So
It's better to make eye contact and just talk for a bit. And
Right.
If they ask, explain, well, you know, actually, all I got's my time. That's all I
Yeah,
got.
and I mean, a lot of them, if they're genuine people, they're going to be like, you know, I appreciate that.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I had a person come up to me when I was pumping gas, said, you know, I don't know, something about his diabetes being off or something. I know I didn't do probably the best thing for the person, but I went and bought him a candy bar. I mean,
tried to balance blood
Orange
sugar.
juice.
sure, but I'm not going to remember that shit. So, what are we talking about next time?
I don't know. I have to take all the lists of bullshit, condense the list of bullshit, maybe make them into their own categories, and then number them, or like just get a D100 and fucking go from there. So,
Well, we've been toying with a watch with me idea where we watch a movie and have the listeners listen to us commentate, basically, give our thoughts and opinions on the movie as it's going. I would be curious what our listeners, what movies they would like to follow along with us on.
okay.
That'd
So
be a good poll to put out there.
So we can get some feedback on that. So,
Good
do you want to do Birds of Prey or Fantastic Planet the next time?
Let's do Birds of Prey this time. Put a poll out there and see which one we want to do next. Sound like a plan?
Got it.
All right. Thanks for jamming with us. Like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you think. Catch you next time. Bye.